Alright, good morning guys. So I put a poll up on my YouTube channel and it looks like you guys wanted more vlog style videos of my repairs and just I guess my overall day. So I'm gonna start that today. It didn't start out great because I wanted to wash my car. I wanted to do the lazy way to wash my car, which is the touchless drive-through car wash, and that one has an undercarriage wash as well, which is great if you live in a place where they use salt on the roads like they do here. But it's still closed, but no worries. Still just got myself a coffee and we're gonna go back home, and I have to do an oil change on the Jeep and diagnose a clunk in the front end, so we'll do that. And also I should have some parts showing up for it today, so if we have time we'll do an install, and then I want to plan the layout for the garage a little bit better too for this year, as I mentioned in the previous video when I was installing the shelving unit. But let's drive back and get started. Also, if you can see, try and zoom in here, fuel is still pretty high. That's for gasoline. I know diesel is a bit higher, but just to give you an idea, I've been driving on about 3 weeks now, and I know my commutes are pretty short, but I still have like almost half a tank of fuel of diesel. So yeah, I am very glad to be driving a diesel vehicle right now. Well, today just couldn't get any better. Let me show you what just happened. Well, that's great. Cable, the hood latch release broke. Let's see if I could just pull this with a pair of vice grips and get it open. I don't know if that's enough meat on there. No, it'll fly off again. Oh my god. Feels like it opened. Yeah, okay. Well, that's really interesting. That whole cable being tight like that, I wonder if it's caught somewhere. No kinks or anything. This thing feels pretty good. It has been feeling tight for the past year, so okay. Well, anyways, let's get started with the oil change, and we'll figure out the latch later. Okay, so I got it jacked up. Yes, I also jack stand on it just to show you. And just to add more insult to injury today, my oil pan seems to have a crack in the bottom of it, so I'll have to go buy a new one. But that's okay, I have a lot of kitty litter to pick this up. So vlog number 1, not going the greatest, but that's okay. I think this is more realistic when it comes to cars and repair. There's always little issues. But anyways, let's see if we can get to the bottom of this clunking noise. So I got it jacked up. I'm just gonna check with the wheel, check the bearing. Bearing feels tight. Tire rod feels tight. Now we'll pry a little bit on the ball joints. I know I replaced one on the other side. We'll check this side. This is a little bit difficult to find a place to pry. I'll go on the bottom of the shock maybe. Because if you use the spring, obviously you're going to feel the movement of the spring and not the ball joint itself. But yeah. See if we get to move a little bit like this. I can't get that thing to budge. Everything else looks fine. Sway bar bushings maybe? I know sometimes the sway bar can move back and forth and it can make a noise. That feels pretty tight. The shocks aren't too old and they're Bilstein 5100s. They're meant to go off-road and I've never taken this thing off-road, so I may need to borrow a friend's hoist and try and get to the bottom of this. I find diagnosing small clunks very hard on the ground, and now that the weather's warmed up I don't hear it as much anymore, so yeah, we'll have to think about that one and come back to it. But let's finish up the oil change. Okay, just finishing up the oil change. Again, don't put these on too tight, just snug enough. Go. So here. Now I'll give it a start and let sit for a bit and make sure the oil level is correct before I close the hood. But actually before we do that, I'm just gonna put a little bit of white lithium grease on the latch here, or the cable spring, and move the cable by hand with the vice grips, and then if the cable is fine, maybe I could just buy the latch or fix the one that's in there. Okay. All right. Quick little start. Okay, got the oil topped up to the correct level. Wow, the hood open. I just checked all my fluids. Gonna fill up the washer fluid. Power steering's still good from when I replaced it. And the coolant is good as well. So yeah, now that's all I got for today, because like most of the world, still waiting on parts. But I think I'm gonna order a whole cable, like hood latch release cable, and I guess the lever for it as well. I think it all comes as one piece. Just gonna replace it all. Just I'd rather do that than fix the lever and then have it break again in case the cable is just starting to get seized. I did spray it and I moved it quite a bit by hand, but it still feels a bit tight. So yeah, I'm gonna order those parts and then do some bull ring cleanup in here, and yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow.